Hello everyone and welcome to another episode with Junior Admin Fwip here on the PvP server. Now I have to tell you, trying to be a staff member on the PvP server is significantly more difficult than trying to be an admin on one that's not. And here's why. Because players will significantly complain a lot more on the PvP server than anywhere else. I mean, on the one hand, people with client hacks is a major concern, and here I'm trying to figure out if Nong23 here in front of me is hacking or not. One way that I've found to figure this out is if they've got something like forcefield, what I try to do is go invisible, get up behind him, and then reappear. And if, I suddenly start taking damage or he immediately does an 180-degree turn and hits me when, logically there would be no way for him to tell I was behind him, that's one way that I try to do. Like, I can't tell right here if he's hitting people while he's blocking or instantly hitting people with arrows, but there's always that chance that people on PvP servers will just simply tell me, oh, he must be hacking, but really they're just sad that they lost. Now, here, it's really tricky because obviously he had one Ender Pearl in his inventory, right? But, logically it should now be gone, but he's used that chest duplication thing and clearly has many more than just one in a stack. People in my comments have said, Fwip, it was already fixed in a certain update or something. Well, all I have to say is clearly, on this server at least, it's not fixed. You might be wondering what kind of powers I have as a junior admin. Well, all the powers an op would have, but I don't have access to the console logs or to the console or those sorts of things. So actually, I can't figure out, it's not on me to fix this chest duplication thing. They just kind of have let me try and bring some order to this chaos that is the PvP server. That were clearly duplicated. I mean, if you've eaten one golden apple and you've still got more, there's a problem. That's pretty clear. So, I have to deal with this chest duplication thing, even though it hasn't been fixed yet. It kind of sucks. The argument that everybody makes is, oh, but Fwip, everybody's using these hacked items. Well, my argument is, in that case, I will ban people 2 and 3 days or more if they don't change their ways. And you know what? There's actually been some good results. Because you know what? They never tell you how to be a good admin. They never really tell you how to be a good moderator. You kind of have to figure it out for yourself. And one way I do that is by making sure that I always have proof. So everybody right now has been telling me this Nong guy is hacked for a long time. So I'm thinking, okay, basically I can't do anything until he gets close to me. So I'm going to try teleporting him to me, but, he's still running around. It's a bit of a pain. If anybody has any tips on how to catch hackers, please tell me, because again, there's no rule book on how to figure out if somebody has aimbot. I have the idea here that, okay, if he's simply going to run out, then what I'm going to do is teleport him to me and lock him in this tower to figure it out. Is this a good plan? Well, no. No, this is a horrible idea. This is one thing you should not do to try to find hackers. No, actually, the question of how to find hackers is extremely difficult because the people that try to help you catch hackers may actually be hackers themselves, and so you'll ignore them, and then they'll get away with it, and then everybody will, of course, point fingers. One real important thing on the PvP server, everybody out there, is that you can't just take people's words for things. Now, I've teleported him to me right here, and he hasn't quite logged back in yet, I guess. There he is. Okay, so here I'm thinking, this is my chance, right? I'll reappear, and if he hits me immediately, I'll finally get a chance. Now, I don't want him to see me, because if he sees me, then, oh, well, look at that, he's gone back to spawn. See, this is why this does not work. You can't really force people, and, is it a bit underhanded to teleport behind people and punch them and that kind of thing to see if they're using hacks? Well, I think it's pretty underhanded if they're using client-side hacks anyway. So if you have to use underhanded tactics to figure it out, then there you go. Here he is just, I don't know, getting more items or something. And Conqueror Mark is going to repeatedly tell me in this video that, oh, I've got a lot of hackers. But anyway, I come back here to fix this tower that I kind of boarded up stupidly. I'm not perfect, guys, but I'm trying to find ways to catch people using aimbot. I don't know, from what I've been told, if you hit somebody with aimbot, they will auto-hit you back, so But luckily, when I teleported to him, this is what I saw. Any guesses what he's doing?
Reappear.
I reappear behind him just to see if he would auto hit me.
Vanish.
But then
Actually, what are
he
you
breaks
doing?
the chest, and what do you know? I mean, wow. So in the end, even if I don't have good tactics on catching people if they have client-side hacks, this really works. Steal the items that they got with the duplication bug, and then catch them trying to duplicate them again later. It's like look at this. Absolutely everything in this chest has been duplicated, right? I mean, obviously the bottle of enchanting, but you know, the lapis block. Look at this. I can just keep right-clicking with this block of gold infinitely. So obviously, guys, for everybody in the comments who's been saying it's been fixed, it's not. Why somebody would, you know, duplicate all these items? Very simply. I mean, look around where I am right now. I mean, they were able to build a really nice place, right? With their infinite glowstone and their infinite glass. Unfortunately, these chests here in the side were just plain empty. I don't know why people have so many empty chests on the PvP server. I think they're all just red herrings trying to trick me. But I don't even know why somebody would build this place over here. I just use lightning here to get rid of those items. But look at this. This is kind of nice, honestly. When they've duplicated their items and they build nice things like this, sure, that's fine. But I mean, it definitely says in the rules somewhere that you shouldn't use exploits in the game to get ahead of everyone else. I'm a nice guy, but, you know, they want me to take care of the PvP server. I guess this is the best way to do it. Yes, I did end up permabanning him, but I mean, I warned you guys in the video. Just because the chest duplication thing is there, doesn't mean you'll get away with it. And I really hope that people choose not to do so. I also find that when people message me, it's sometimes just better not to listen to them, because, I mean, Conqueror Mark was working here with Nong in his faction base, but there's nothing in these chests really of interest, I suppose. So, even though they are on a faction together, I kind of assume that they're not working together. I mean, if I did, I could technically probably ban Conqueror Mark too. But I'm not a very ban-happy person. I don't want to ever do anything without proof, and that's why I teleport to people to try and find out if they're hacking. Like, here I am, becoming visible again next to Conqueror Mark, and he didn't hit me. I mean, I suppose this doesn't really prove anything, because I'm assuming if you're using forcefield or stuff like that, that you can turn it on and off, so I don't know. So if you're wondering so far why this video has been failing, guys, it's because, you know, the only way that I know to catch hackers is turn up behind them. So if they never stop moving your stuff, you can see why I've got a problem. Now, people have been telling me this Chad guy has been hacking a lot. Now, funny enough, it turns out that he and Foxgirl are the same account. You know, Foxgirl, the one who actually told me in that other video how to duplicate with the chest thing. Now, it's kind of funny right here that they've got these stacked potions. Now, on the one hand, we can say, you know what, not all of these are stacked, right? And they probably got these items from PvP pretty reasonably, right? In today's server environment, that's what's going on. Now, what I want to ask is what all of this is doing in this chest. If this person is helping me so much, how come they've got this many EXP potions? I know Foxgirl had a chest and was like, here, Fwip, whenever you're around, just take everything out of this one. Well, this isn't this chest. This is Chad's private storehouse, is what I'm thinking. We can make the argument that, you know what, maybe this player is keeping these items for himself so that they don't get spread out on the server anymore. I mean, it's hard to get noticed by the staff if you're really helping, and certainly keeping them in your chests would maybe be one rationale for doing so. It's very complicated, okay? Here's the problem. When I was playing on the PvP server as just a player, there's one absolute mindset that completely permeates the entire server environment, and that is, you can't trust anybody. So, by the time that I've finished raiding through all these chests just in case, I'm thinking to myself, well gosh, why is this person really stockpiling all these EXP potions and these different things? I mean, obviously it must be too tempting to not want to take them. And of course, when things are too tempting, that's when it's the mod's job to step in, isn't it? I mean, it's so confusing. The people that you think are helping you have, like, what, over 8 stacks of EXP potions? Isn't that questionable? So, I don't know, for the rest of this video, after, you know, raiding this place of all its illegal items, as I usually do with any player, I decide, you know what? I'm going to head back to spawn, and I'm going to try to see through my regular tactics if I can figure out if Chad is hacking or not. So let's skip a bit forward to where I fail at that. Chad is hanging out. So here I am next to Chad again. So, as usual, what I try to do is reappear next to him. And
poke him.
Well, I punched him. Did he technically auto-hit me? It kind of happened so fast that I couldn't really tell, but he definitely saw it was me. So what he does here is he throws his Ender Pearl and his potions on the ground. And do you know why he'd do that, guys? I'll tell you. When you duplicate things with the chest duplication bug, or, you know, you've just got things that are infinite as a result, it turns out that if you drop those items on the ground again, they will revert to being single. So basically, right here, he's just covering himself because he was using items that he knew he shouldn't be using. But the problem I'm seeing is, with this method of showing up behind people to try and find if they have force field, I mean, that worked last time. Just, you know, with Many Names Boss and whoever it was in my last video. I'm finding now that it's just not doing it, especially, like, now that my cover is blown. You know, showing up just behind them and hitting them just doesn't work. I'm not sure how I'm going to find people who are using aimbot, because also here, I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out, but by now, you know, the cover of mystery is gone, and it's actually sort of funny. Just the fact that I'm teleporting, well, I'm not teleporting, I'm going in and out of invisibility still to try and see if any of these guys have some sort of auto-locking client-side hack. But it turns out that Chad actually thinks I'm, like, actually trying to kill them or something. Cheating, you know? Because obviously if an admin wanted to kill somebody, he wouldn't type shift kill, he'd punch you with his fists while he's behind you. Right? That makes perfect sense. I've showed people how I'm catching people hacking with these videos, that maybe they even know how to watch out for me. You know, like maybe they add me to their aimbot, so all of a sudden they're not, you know, auto-selecting me when I come nearby. Because I'm pretty sure you can do that, I think. I've never used client-side hacks, and in particular, now that Hardcore server has said anybody found using them will be banned, that means that if I did try to use client-side hacks myself, I could get banned. It's kind of a tricky server environment, really. By now, I've just kind of given up. Especially since I'm thinking in my head, I haven't gotten enough proof that he's definitely not hacked. So, you know, I'd rather ban people knowing for sure than accidentally ban the wrong guy. I mean, it's really no consequence in a way, but it is a consequence to me because, you know, being a good admin, I would think, means making sure you don't unfairly ban people. And if Chad did go BRB right there to turn off his hacks, isn't that what I wanted all along? Like, the problem is, of course, that means that, I mean, the hackers are just going to stop hacking when they see that there are mods on the server. And like I said, I don't want to play this game to babysit a bunch of kids. Technically, I guess that is what being a staff member is about, sadly, in a way. Honestly, I just want to make the game fun for everybody, you know? When everybody has invincible armor and infinite pots, and you can't kill anybody, then why would you even play on that server, right? It's been ruined. And I'm trying to make sure right now that it's not ruined. But who knows? This is what I'm doing up until 1.3. And hopefully, when the entire economy resets and people can't duplicate anymore, apparently, then maybe things will just be perfect and I won't have to worry about it that much. But this is me, my concerns being an admin, and my experiences here, still trying to figure out if people are using hacks or not. And I'm not an expert. This is what I'm doing. Please leave serious suggestions for me in the comments, and thanks for watching. This is Flip. See you later.